Is this your biggest competition? Why are we always in the mirror, looking at ourselves, judging ourselves, trying to decide whether I look good enough? Am I beautiful enough? Is my face okay? Is my hair is done all right? Do my clothes look good on me? Why are we constantly in the mirror, competing with ourselves? Hey, this video that I'm about to do is going to be very exciting. You see that person in the mirror? That's you. That's your true, authentic self. So why are you fighting with yourself? Why are you warring with yourself? Why are you debating with yourself? It's time for us to stop competing with ourselves. We got to get out of the mirror. You got to know your identity. You got to know your beauty. You got to know your worth. Is that who you're competing with? Is that who you're competing with? Is that who you're competing with? Take another look in the mirror. That person that you see in the mirror is yourself. Stay tuned. I'm going to be back with this video, and you don't want to miss this. Sister Queens, welcome again to our YouTube channel, Sister to Sister Empowerment Chats. I stand here on this platform on behalf of Marissa and Ivory, and we are coming again today with another powerful, encouraging, and motivating message that's going to help you to see you for who you really are. Stay tuned, I'll be back. Hi, I'm back. So, I got myself out of that mirror because I want you out there, Sister Queens, to hear this powerful message. We got to stop sizing up ourselves. We got to stop judging ourselves. We got to stop being our worst critic. We got to stop downgrading ourselves, competing with ourselves. It's enough we go around all the time. We want to compete with other people, especially to try to compete with the girls, the ladies. But it's not about that competition. It's about knowing who you are and being confident in the skin that you're in, loving the beautiful person that you were created to be, Sister Queen. Today, I am back, and I'm talking to you, Sister Queen, that your greatest battles comes from competing against yourself. And every time you stand up in that mirror and you start looking at yourself, oh, my hair is not good enough, my makeup is not pretty enough, I'm too fat, I might dress accordingly, this clothes don't look good on me. You're competing with all those other things, negative things that's going on in your mind that's triggering you to have all these negative thoughts about yourself. But you're beautiful. You got to see your beautiful, raw, and authentic self. So I'm going to ask you for the last time, before we just throw the mirror to the curb, look in the mirror. Take one more look in the mirror. And I want to ask you this question. Do you see that person in the mirror? And I'm going to tell you for this last time in this video, that person that you're seeing in that mirror, that is your only competition on this planet. Yes, that person is you. That's yourself. You are your only competition on this planet. That is you. That person in the mirror is you. You are your biggest competition. The battles that you're competing with, my sisters, they are within you. We got to learn how to turn it over. He said, this battle is not ours, but belongs to the Most High. So we got to know when to step away from those things that's trying to pull us away from who that He has created for us to be. But let me say this. Within each day, within each moment of life, each challenge, each adversity, and each mistake, there is something, my queens, to be won. And we got to see ourselves as winner. You got to see yourself, okay, I'm in a bad place, in a bad situation, like I'm on the losing end, on the losing side, but I can't think that way. You got to see yourself as a winner. Everything we categorize or think as a loss, it can be converted into a win. The magic of life is about self-discovery. It's about our job to find the wins, to recognize the opportunities for personal growth, and to move forward wiser, and to move forward with more self-awareness, and be better prepared for the next battle, because I'm telling you, it's coming. The battle is going to keep coming. And we are warriors, sister queens. We are champions. We are superheroes or super sheroes. We got the fight in us. We just got to stand up for the occasion and allow ourselves to win over all those situations that come, these battles that try to degrade us or try to undermine our femininity, our strength, and our powers. The battles are going to keep coming, believe me. But we got to keep finding ourselves. We got to keep finding ourselves and our powers and our strength. And we got to keep knowing that the Creator, He is always with us. He said, I will never leave you, nor will I forsake you. But the battles are definitely going to keep coming. But we keep finding ourselves losing the battles, though. Why? Why we constantly keep finding ourselves losing the battle? The reason is this, Sister Queen, is because we are constantly competing against ourselves. We're fighting those demons that people say that's outside of us, those demons within us, those negative thoughts, those negative behaviors and patterns that we have to live through, that we have been programmed to live by. Those are the demons within us that we are fighting against. Now, if we focus and concentrate using the power of our minds, we'll begin the process of overcoming the things that hold us back. We'll start to embrace the battles and view them as a part of a longer journey, one that will take us to the highs and to the lows and to everything in between. Now, everything I learned in my business career and everything I learned in my personal life has taught me that equanimity, yes, is the most important unspoken truth of life. What is equanimity? That's the calmness. That's your mental or your emotional stability. That's something that we have to find ourselves grounded in. Equanimity is a calm state of the mind and attitude to life so that you can never lose your temper or become upset. And my sister queen, listen, nothing should be able to disturb that. That's the peace of God that is within you, the peace of God that surpasses all understanding. When you have the peace of God governing and guiding you, and you are allowing God to control you, then nothing shall be able to disturb your peace. Listen, the moment now that we allow life to drag us down, thinking that there is some indefinite time period before we can recover, it is the moment that we surrender our free will. That's the moment that we are giving up who the Creator says that we are. And we are going against what He says that we are and what we can do. We are surrendering our free will. We have to learn to use adversity to our advantage repeatedly, continuously, daily, every moment sometimes, every second. We got to continuously learn how to use our advantage against the adversities. They're going to come. They're going to war against us. And we got to learn how to keep moving forward with brilliance and with grace. Queens, the struggle within yourself, the invisible, the inedible battles inside of all of us, that's where all our gold medals are. That is where all our gold medals are. And we got to keep going and fighting and keep coming through all those challenges, stepping over all those stepping stones, and keep running to get to that finish line so we can receive those medals. Winning the battle, it takes extra effort and more than we thought possible. Sometimes we're like, okay, but we got to put in the work. Yes, it's going to be a fight. And sometimes we don't think that's going to take all that. Sometimes it's going to take a whole lot more than you can ever imagine. It's going to take extra effort, sometimes more than we thought that was possible. But it's there. You have it within you. You're a queen. Remember, you have the power, the superpowers within you. Now, if we want it, then we go after it. If we want it bad enough, we won't quit. We must accept the challenge, and we must do so with the spirit of courage that embraces the risk. Because the risk is going to be there. And they're always going to be, but are we going to pull back because we're afraid to take the risk? Take the chance. Take that quantum leap of faith. And if you're not willing to risk, if you just want to play things conservatively and hope for the best, then you will be sorely disappointed. So disappointed in your decision and in yourself as well. The conservative route is a loser strategy, and yet so many people think minimizing risks in ventures is the right way to play it. Don't play it safe. Don't play it so cautious. Take the risk. Be daring, my sister queens. Be daring. You got to go out there and you got to win. You got to put yourself in that place that you can challenge yourself. So don't allow yourself to fall back when competition stands up in front of you or when challenge stands up in front of you, because you're going to be sorely disappointed. The conservative route, as I said, is a loser strategy, and yet so many people think minimizing risks in ventures is the right way to play. But you're playing against yourself when you do that. Say it. You better say, I'm playing against myself, Destiny. You're playing against yourself when you do that. The battle within is triggered by external stimuli. We either react to what comes at us, or we take up the gauntlet and we start attacking life proactively with a winner's mindset. So if you sit there and you wait all the time, life begins to consume you. The struggle to be successful in your journey, it starts to feel overwhelming every time you let up and think that you can just coast by. Now, think again, Sister Queens. Listen, your relationships begin to flounder when you stop working for them and think that everyone should come to you and things will work out all right. No, you don't wait for things to come to you. You step out there in your superpowers. You go for it because you know that you are queen. You have queen power. Life is a contact sport. So you must face that woman you must face that woman in the mirror. And then you have to be willing to compete and battle for what completes you. You got to see yourself as that warrior. You got to see yourself as that champion, Sister Queens. And you have to battle for what completes you. This means sometimes mastering your emotional and mental abilities through a mindset geared toward continuous improvement. Are we going to sit here and die, Sister Queens? This is a story in the Bible that talks about the 4 lepers. Are we going to sit here and die? I think you find that story in 2 Kings chapter 7, verse 4. It's about 4 lepers that were sitting outside the gate in the city. Do you remember the story? Let me read it to you. 2 Kings chapter 7, verse 4 says, Now there were 4 men with leprosy at this entrance of the city gate. And they said to one another, Why just sit here and die? We all got that choice to make. That's a question we need to ask. Why sit here and die? See, we all got that choice to make, to die or to live. How bad do you want it? What you want and what you want to go after, the person that you want to become, the queen that you want to showcase, how bad do you want it, Sister Queens? You got the choice to die or to live and become your greater and best self. Now, to be at peace mentally and emotionally, we often need, Sister Queens, to be at peace with one another spiritually. And we women, sometimes we just fight each other so bad. We so hard on our sisters. But you are your sister's keeper. You got to remember that. Yes, you love females. Those are your sisters. Those are your queens. Those are the ones that you are in this fight, this sisterhood together. So, to be at peace mentally and emotionally, we often need you, Sister Queens. We need each other to be at peace with one another spiritually. And this means we have to accept life for what it is. We got to accept life for what it is. And we got to accept us for the way the Creator has created us to be. We are authentic. We are our beautiful self. And then we have to acknowledge the things at face value. And then we have to do our best to influence and impact how we want to change the things so they will align itself or themselves with our truth. So it can align itself with our vision, so it can align itself with our purpose as well. It is this vision, Queens, and it is with this purpose that we must guide us, that we must allow ourselves to be guided to win the battle within us. It is the vision, I'm going to say it again, it is the vision and purpose that must guide us to win the battle within us. So who is this woman? Who is this queen or this princess that you may see yourself as? Or this queen or this woman? Who is this woman in the mirror that you are battling with? I'm going to give you 5 ways to win your battles within yourself, and I'm going to be out of here, but I'm going to give you 5 ways. This is 5 key points, Sister Queens, on how to win the battles within yourself and how to stop competing with yourself, that person that stands in the mirror in front of you every time you step it in the mirror and you're judging yourself by what you see. I'm going to tell you how to stop doing that. 5 ways. I'm going to look at my notes right here, right now, because we're going to give it to you and I'm going to be out of here. Okay. I'm going to give you 5 ways to win your battles within yourself. Number 1, get out of the mirror. Don't tug of war with yourself, trying to decide or accept that the person in the mirror looking back at you is your true self. Get out of the mirror. Number 2, fill in time for self-reflection. Successful people who live boldly and joyfully are great thinkers. They don't suffer from paralysis or by analysis, but rather they spend time in deep thought about how they want to design their lives. They think of traps to avoid. They have an excellent memory which steels them against repeating future mistakes. They overcome negative thinking with optimism and hope. Number 3, find the environment that will enable you to clear your mind. Try getting out into nature. That's what I love doing. Or try to disengage or unplug your things when they are sometimes suffocating you. Try finding your inner voice and you allow your inner voice to be spoken. We all need peace. If we are going to be great warriors and champions against these things that threatens to derail us. I encourage you, Sister Queens, to find a place where you can think clearly and passionately. Find your way to the Queen's palace. Find your way to the queendom. And then take your rightful position. Number 4, buckle your worries and anxious thoughts into categories. That means you categorizing these things. I don't need this, we throw it out. I need this, I gotta keep. I gotta work at it more. But number 4 is buckle your worries and anxious thoughts into categories. When you struggle long enough with anxious thoughts and fears, you come to the fork in the road. You either do something about it or you become complacent. And we don't want to become complacent. We have to keep moving in this journey so we can reach the path, the plans that the Creator has already predestined for us to live and to walk in. So remember this. I'm so sorry. Remember this, queens. Action is always better than inaction. Compose a list of all your worries and anxious thoughts. Make that list now. When you're able to isolate and highlight the things that threaten you, you better be able to analyze and target ways to overcome them because they're not going nowhere. We got to stand up to the occasion. We got to fight. But we are champions. We are warriors. We are winners, sister queens. And the last one is number 5. Game plan. You better have a game plan in place. There is no going to the war to win if you don't have a game plan and strategy in place. So number 5, a game plan. Ultimately, you have to do the work. I'm telling you, you always have to put in the work. You always have to do the work. You can't wait for somebody else to start it for you. You got to start the work yourself. Put the work in. Now, you may need someone as you get into it and you started working at it. Then your sisters or queens will come. They will help you to lend accountability, support, and encouragement, whatever you need. But you got to be the one that start the work. So you got to put in the work. Better organization leaders. You got to be better at organizing your own life. Better organization, it only leads to a better results. Become skilled at planning and executing all the plans that you set for yourself. To win the battle, you must know your enemies. I'm telling you, sometimes we just want to be blind. Oh, they didn't mean that. Oh, she did not gonna say that. No, she wouldn't do that to me. Don't be blinded. But then don't be so judgmental either. You got to watch the enemy from a distance. So, if you're the enemy, listen, let me say this again. Become skilled at planning and executing all the plan you set for yourself. To win the battle, you must know your enemies. And if you're that enemy, sometimes we are our worst enemy, we are our worst critics, sister queens, then you must remove yourself. Get yourself out of your own way. Get out of that mirror. Get yourself out of the way of you growing and becoming the champion that the Creator has already predestined for you to be. You must learn how to defeat your enemies, especially those enemies within you. Keep saying that you're not good enough, you're not special, that you're not smart enough, that you're not intelligent enough, you're not wise enough, you're not richer enough, you're not pretty enough. You got to kill all those little enemies. Kill them. Kill them. Listen, kindness, perseverance, gratitude, humility, and hard work are all great values that will help you to do so. They will help you to kill those enemies within you. Having a plan is a tremendous safeguard against downtimes and bad thoughts. Gotta have that safe plan in place, queens. The game plan will lift your spirits and keep you pointed in the direction to keep you fighting for another new day, another new moment, for another time to show up and show out, to be your true and authentic self, to show up in the palace and take your right position as that queen that you were appointed to be by the Creator. So again, I'm saying to you, get out of the mirror. And if you're not ready to fight, you better get your butt out of that mirror and stop competing against yourself. That is your biggest downfall, sister queens. Your greatest battles and defeats will always be you. I'm going to see you ladies at the next video. Oh, get out of the mirror. If you can't handle the fights, if you can't handle the battles, you can't handle all those things that comes at you, or you see yourself things that you don't like within you, get out of the mirror. Stop competing with yourself. That is your greatest battle, sister queens, and I want you to know that. I'm out here. This is Dr. Destiny, and And as I said before, I'm always on this platform on the behalf of Marissa and Avery, empowering, encouraging, motivating our sisters to become the best and better version of whom you were created to be. You have great power. You are authentic. You are super phenomenal women, and you got to see that.